A kicker in general or me?
You.
This summer I went down to Punter. Yeah. I went down to. I worked with my kicking coach, who I've worked with since junior year of high school, and worked there for about a month. Trained with him. That was June, and it's Coach Mike McCabe. I punted with Chaz Henry, who I've known for a long time. But he won the Ray Guy Award last year with Florida. Now he's with the Philadelphia Eagles. So that was good. That was really good to punt with someone who's better than me, and because each time I'm punting beside him, it makes me want to get better, and so that was really beneficial.
Where was this?
This was in Prattville, Alabama. So not really much to do except for punt. Lots of open fields to punt with. So it was good though. It was really helpful.
How long were you down there?
I was down there for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
It's known for its punters.
Prattville?
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Hang out and punt.
Hang out and
Let's
punt.
go punt.
That's it.
I'm sorry, what was the name of the town?
It was Prattville, Alabama. It's just that's where my kicking coach is located. So a lot of different guys from different schools came down.
And the kicking coach is McCabe.
Coach Mike McCabe.
Mike McCabe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you've been working with him for how long?
I've worked with him since junior year of high school.
Really?
Yep.
So just, let me go over this. Your standard approach, 2 steps,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, sir.
When the ball's at your own 1 and you're kicking like your heels on
Mhm.
the end zone.
Then it's pretty much a 1 step. It's really like 1.5 because I'll take like a
That's
jab
right.
with my right step. But usually I
You
get up.
start with the different foot on that?
Yeah, I start with the right foot forward. And normally my get off time snap to kick are about 2 seconds. But for those it's usually around like 1.8. Especially if there's a rush coming. So it's a little faster.
The guy you're talking about who's better than you,
Yeah, Chaz.
like, for those of us who haven't spent a lot of time punting,
Mm-hmm.
never been to practice.
Few people have.
What do you mean by that? You mean like everything across the board, or quicker get off time? Or
No, I
longer?
think I actually have a quicker get off time than him. The biggest thing with that is his hang time is just
No.
better. Sometimes I can kick it farther, but as far as like consistent hang time, he's pretty. And he's actually up there. If you look across the board, like NFL guys, like his hang time is even better than theirs. He's just a guy who's like 6'4", 225, and so he can just smash it. And so, for me, just especially when you're punting side by side with someone, 'cause it's like you can easily compare the trajectory of the ball. So it's like, you see his, it's like, you see mine, it's like almost up there. So it's just something like each punt, and it's just a really good training environment to be punting with someone who's.
What's his hang time and what's your hang time?
Usually, when we were punting together, he was about probably 5.2 to 5.4, and I was more like 4.8 to 5.0. So, for people who aren't punting, that's like really high, and mine's just like high. I'll put it in like complete layman's terms.
Good.
Because it's yeah. So.
Since you've been here, have you worked? Talk about directional punting.
Okay.
Is that something you always did? Do you work more on that now? Because hang time is one thing, but if you can put it in a certain spot, sometimes that's even.
Yeah, we do directional punting. It just depends on the situation. I know freshman year we did a lot more than we've done. Last couple of years we haven't done it as much, but it's something. It really just depends on the returner. Depends week to week. I mean, there's no like. Right now, it's not something that's like strict. It's pretty much just whenever Coach Pierman feels like calling like a directional punt, if he just wants to switch it up.
There's a big key to put. In other words, whenever you're punting, Isn't it directional in the sense that everybody expects it to go, right?
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
it's most of the time. Well, like I said, it really just varies on the game plan, really, as to whether
Yeah.
whether they want me to punt it left or right. But
Yeah, but you have to.
if say we're doing like a sky punt situation, which is that we're close,
Yeah.
trying to pin them,
You're gonna hang.
then the returners do have to figure out, the gunners,
Yeah.
they can't just run down and try to find the ball. That's usually more directional.
Okay.
So do you tell them where you're punting the ball?
Usually, yeah. Yeah. We'll decide either before the play or try to get worked out.
Was the Henry? Is that the guy?
Chad
Chad
Henry, yes, sir.
He was a finalist or the winner? Or?
He was the winner.
He was the winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
He won it. Yep.
Does that cause you to develop bad habits when you're seeing try to outshoot
Trying
the ball
to,
or something?
yeah. I think that can happen, but for me, I don't think that it was really a problem when I was punting with him. It was more like, we spent a good amount of time down there punting together, so I kind of understand like what his threshold is as far as like hang time and distance, and I have a good feeling for what I'm capable of. So it was against him, but it was also a lot of it was against myself and trying to become more consistent and to be better than I have before as far as both hang time and distance and consistency as well.
Shaz works with McCabe as well?
Yep.
Always has?
Mm-hmm. He was I think he was a senior in high school when he started working with him, and I was a junior in high school, and that's pretty much since then we both. And Coach McCabe trains a lot of other guys as well. So, but it's been really good.
Is it like do you refer to it like a punting camp, or is it just a?
It's
Not that
it's kind of like a camp, but there's like a lot of, lots of punters and kickers come and they get training, and I think the best part of it is just being able to kick against each other, because really, how often is it are you really able to have that happen? We only have 2 other punters here on the team, so it's like it's always good to go against your peers, like not in an actual game setting, but it's just always good to see.
It's like a Star Trek convention where all of a sudden you feel normal
Yeah.
around all the other punters,
Yeah.
and
That's
then you come back
pretty
here,
good. Yeah.
and it's
And then it's just me again, playing against myself. Yep. Yep.
Now that you've established yourself as one of the top punters in the country, I should say, do you aspire to a pro career possibly? Do you think about it or not?
I do, and it's something that for right now, I know that that's going to take care of itself. If I go out and punt and do the best, do what I'm capable of, and our team, really benefits from that, as far as like the winning the field position battle. That stuff just kind of takes care of itself based on how this season goes. But I'm really excited about basically performing to the best of my abilities for this team and to help benefit us and to help us win a championship, which is something that I think all of us guys really have started to believe and started to really, it's something that's becoming more tangible as it gets closer.
There's no coach on the sideline who has done what you've done. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't.
At most programs, they don't have a special
Right.
kicking specialist. So
Yeah.
when you're struggling, or who do you go to?
Well, the thing is that I've been punting long enough that I film myself every practice from like different angles, so I can see like what kind of stuff I might be doing. And so really, I'm probably the best coach for me at this point, having punted for a while, because I can usually see what I'm doing. more than anything else.
Have
How
you?
much better do you think you can be than I think you're at 42.7 last year for punt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm less concerned with like that average than I am my net, because if it's, you know,
So that takes into account this hang time.
yeah.
sort of.
Well, I mean, it's like if I'm, you know, last year say I punt 150 yards and it has like 4.3 or 4.4 hang and they return it 10 or 15 yards. This year I'd much rather have it go 45 and then fair catch it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, I might average, you know, 42, 43, but if I have like a 41, 42 net, that would just be great. So I think I don't really have like a benchmark or a goal for like the whole season as far as like my actual average, but I do want to just go into each punt hoping to, you know, be more consistent. Because I went through all the film last season and there were a lot of punts where I was like, what was I doing? And I'm a lot more consistent with the bad ones now. Eliminated a lot of those.
You mean, what were you doing with your?
Well, with
technique?
my technique at the time. And I mean, it's always something where, you know, I'm not perfect, and it's one of those things where with punting it's just like a round of golf. Like, you know, you might have a bad shot even in the midst of when you're hitting it really well, and so. But I think the ratio overall of bad punts to good punts to bad punts has gotten a lot better for me, which is really what I wanted to concentrate on in this
Yeah,
offseason.
that would be
No.
Have you been to Prattville every year since
I've been there pretty much every year. Yep.
since
it's-
junior year in high school?
Junior year high school, I went like pretty much every other weekend, you know, on like Sunday afternoons.
And you grew up in
usually
Georgia,
me-
right?
Yeah,
So
and
you
so
went
it's
to-
about it was about a 3-hour drive
Mm-hmm.
when I was in high school. But I did that most of the year, and then yeah, each year I've been in college, stayed close to a month. Should have worked at it. So
changing the name of Huntville.
Huntville.
top of Alabama.
Should.
Really? Is there anything in
Good.
Prattville?
Nope.
Not really.
There is a bowling alley, and
Fine dining would be
fine dining. We went to Ryan's a couple times.
your choice.
Ryan's.
That's not a big city like Silicon or Jasper.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, Prattville is it's an interesting